Welcome back to the Vintage New Jersey podcast. Today, we're going to relive the joys, trauma, and sun fried memories of growing up a millennial on the Jersey Shore. And this is basically me speaking on my experience. So don't come at me. Don't send me any hateful messages that I didn't cover this topic or that topic. I'm just going by my experiences. We're going to be covering bonfires, bennies, surfing, surf shops, house parties, and all the other unhinged traditions that made Jersey Shore millennials different. So the first topic I want to kind of go over is bonfires. You weren't a real Jersey Shore kid unless you were at a bonfire started by someone who claimed that they had a permit, but we knew that they definitely didn't. Some classic bonfire items always included someone drinking way too much, searching for firewood anywhere we could, whether it was the beach, dunes, the back of someone's house, wherever. Speakers blasting, early to mid 2000s rap music or house music. The one kid who always tried to jump over the fire and almost catching himself on fire. And always, someone yelling cops when there was either cops there or not. Next up is fighting with bennies or shoobies. Yes, that's our seasonal enemies, aka just non-locals. They would just invade us every single summer, acting like they, just discovered the Atlantic Ocean for the first time. Why didn't we like them? Very hard to say. It's mostly because they acted like they owned the place, and probably just because they weren't locals. This kind of goes along with the Jersey Shore show. This was another millennial challenge, convincing outsiders that the Jersey Shore show wasn't really like how MTV made it. Every conversation after the show aired went something like, "Oh my God, you live near the Jersey Shore house? Do you fist pump? Do you GTL?" And it's like, no. Well, maybe, but we just tried to completely disassociate from that show. I went to school in New Hampshire, and there was actually Jersey Shore themed parties, and people just go dressed up like assholes with their hair gel and all that stuff and headbands, and it was just brutal. We didn't wear Ed Hardy. We didn't scream in the clubs every night. Not everyone was named Snooky. We were normal until the summer hit, and then maybe we were not normal, but we were not like MTV level unhinged. Um, Next up is bikes or beach cruisers, as we like to call it. Before we drove around in cars, we had bikes that was our lifeblood. We They were pretty much held together by stickers, rust, and just maybe surf racks. It was just pure childhood optimism. We rode everywhere we could. The beach, the boardwalk, 7-Eleven was a big spot. Wawa, to a friend's house that was maybe a town over. uh, or maybe just absolutely nowhere. It was just pure vibes. No helmets, no reflectors, just danger and friendship. Um, and that's kind of just like, that was what everyone did back in the day. Next up is surfing. I mean, at the Jersey Shore, you were two things, either a kid who actually surfed or a kid who dressed up like a surfer and prayed that no one asked you any questions about surfing, like myself. All my friends were pretty much surfers. I dabbled in it every once in a while, but I wasn't nearly as into it as they were. Um, if you surfed, you were pretty much like a local celebrity around town, especially if you were good. There's still kids that I grew up with that are just local legends even now to this day. Um, and that's just, all the really good surfers were pretty much the cool kids in school. Um, this kind of goes hand in hand with the surf shops. They were sacred by us. We had Brave New World in my town, but Ron John, Heritage in South Jersey. They pretty much sold everything that people needed, whether it was Billabong, Quicksilver, Roxy shirts, sweaters, shorts, shoes, sunglasses, puka shell necklaces. Yes, I'm sure some people regret wearing them. Board shorts, surf wax, all that stuff. The employees were just, they couldn't be bothered. They were constantly folding the shirts throughout the store, silently judging you while you check out, knowing that you don't surf. And it was just an awesome tradition that I still partake in now. Next up, beach parties. Nothing defined Jersey Shore millennials like a good beach party. I mean, I can't even tell you how many that I've attended and hosted. Um, the moment you heard, hey, my parents aren't going to be home this weekend, the town just flocked there like it was geese migrating to the south. I mean, some of the signs of a good classic Jersey Shore party was either like a keg or 30 racks in the backyard, 38 bikes surrounding the house, beer pong tables, someone yelling, don't use my mom's dishes or towels or cups, random kids asking, whose house is this? And the cops always showing up. And we acted all surprised, like, our music wasn't like blasting down the coastline. Uh, Before social media, we had the boardwalk. I mean, that's where kind of everything happened. Fights, you fell in love there, you fell out of love there, you played all the games there. You ate all the pizzas and all the fried food and the candy. You flirted on the boardwalk with guys and girls, whatever. You can walk past the same person 37 times, not say a word, and then go ahead and go on your AIM profile and message them like a coward, like I've done many times. But we were professionals. This was we were that true generation before social media and after social media. Um, so it was really a really special time that I miss. Um, Next up is crosstown rivalries and pep rallies. I mean, parades. I mean, it shut down the entire town. Bands marched around like they were on ESPN. Cheerleaders were there flipping all throughout the asphalt. Parents were screaming like it was the Super Bowl. Someone throwing candy at your face. It was an awesome time, especially the pep rallies. We would fill up those bleachers that were built in like 1902. There was tug of war. There was just all types of races. The seniors and juniors, they were just like feral at that point because they know their time was running down. Teachers pretty much gave up at that point. Music was blasting. It was just the ultimate time. It was chaos, but it was just beautiful chaos. Um, yeah, I mean, if I could have a message, to our younger selves, growing up at the Jersey Shore, it's more than just nostalgia. It was honestly like a lifestyle. Like I was saying earlier, bonfires, the bennies, non-locals, bikes, surfing, surf shops, the food, all that stuff. I mean, it flies by. It flew by. Um, it's something I cherish. I have, lifelong friendships that, I still have best friends from high school that I hang out with every other weekend. I'm constantly in Instagram chats with every day. We survived everything, chaos, good, the ups, the downs. It was honestly the golden era, lawless era, the Jersey Shore millennial era. Um, this is Vintage New Jersey. Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you like it, add a comment, share it. Tell me things I missed or didn't or hit on the head, whatever. Thanks for listening, and I'll have some more content soon.